We're jumping into Gilroy along with Brennan and Morgan in our team. We're going to look at the changes they did to Gilroy because his Chivalry 8 now is much better. It's actually pretty strong in the right instance. And we're doing this because we have to do a video reviewing Gilroy, Brennan, and then briefly going over the full bloom check-in event to get you all 5 special summons and 100 stamina. Once I submit that to Netmarble, I can then send it to all of you, all of my supporters. So make sure you're a supporter of mine. I'll leave a link to that down below. Now that Gilroy is buffed, let me pull up his buffs so I can look at them while we're doing this playthrough. It's pretty nice. I mean, he's got some nice additions. Can he do damage? Can he keep up healing decay now? Can he stop them from healing, as well as giving us all a buff to do 50% additional damage with that Chivalry 8? And then anytime we attack somebody with healing decay or recovery disruption, we get a 10% increase in our attack gauge. That's the new change. Now, if all 4 of our members do that, that's a 40% increase in our attack gauge in our turn for the whole entire team once we do one full rotation. So we should see a little 100 pop up whenever we attack. Now we're going to go in with Morgan, of course. Morgan can put up the recovery disruption on everyone and put them to sleep. We just attacked with Nika. She got the 50% additional attack, and she got the 10% attack gauge increase for our team. I also want to check to see. There's the 100. The 100 is popping up really quickly. I want to see if Gilroy on his own can kind of keep up recovery disruption or healing decay. He's going to do healing decay, but it's for 2 turns on, I think, a 3-turn cooldown. So we can't have 100% uptime on healing decay, and it's irresistible, which is great as long as you have his passive maxed out. I see it right here in slow motion. We do a big attack, and then now you're going to see it pop up. That's the 50% additional. Same thing right now with Nika. It's a small hit with Nika, of course, and then another. There you go, another small hit. I think Gilroy still suffers from not really being able to do what we want him to do. We want him to apply healing decay. We want him to apply recovery disruption. Now, I would just bring in Morgan for that because she can every time do an AoE and a 2-turn recovery disruption. But for Gilroy to do it, even on his, let's go to the Storm Relic, he's going to do an attack, 1 enemy, recovery disruption, 1 turn. What is 1 turn when your job is supposed to do damage and stop them from healing? This should easily be a 2-turn for it to even be anywhere near effective. Here we can extend it again down here at the bottom, but when you extend it in the Storm, you only get a 60% increase in your attack gauge, but you do get 80% crit rate, and now he's got a passive. This is new to him. He's got a passive to where he'll give himself critical damage increase. But how is he going to apply this recovery disruption if he doesn't have the accuracy needed to do it? We're going to have to rely on him applying when attacking with that passive, putting up healing decay. So is he going to have it up when he attacks? I don't think he has it up when he first attacks to get the 200% additional attack. Now the new thing is the 15% defense ignoring, which means we do even more damage. That's great. We do more damage, but to do damage, like to do real damage, because 223 single targets, nothing, we've got to have recovery disruption or healing decay on the enemy. And running him just kind of without Morgan, doing that skill 3 first to have it applied really isn't great. We're going to attack the Frost one on the far left. Before damage, it's not there. So he hit 1 time. That's it. What kind of a nuker? And then he got the buffs afterwards, right? He got after attacking. It's not before attacking, it's after. So after he attacked, now he's got the critical damage increase, which he gives himself now. This is new for 2 turns, but it was after he dealt his damage. He got the increased attack. I'm not sure when that was applied. The effect accuracy, we've got the resistance, crit resistance. And then of course, we always have this, the acidic on us, on the whole entire team when we zone into combat, which will give us that attack gauge increase. Now, you could tell that it wasn't on because we didn't do more than 1 hit, and we didn't get the 10% additional attack gauge for our team. So it was not on, but he applied it after he did damage. But what good is that for a guy like this? For a guy who's supposed to be doing a hard hit. So instead of doing 423% of attack, he did 223. So I've got to wait now to try to loop back around to the enemy and then do some serious damage. Like, not that time. And then that's the only way I could apply this recovery disruption or the healing decay. If I didn't have Morgan with me, if I didn't have Brennan with me, and get lucky with Brennan though. It's not like Brennan is going to automatically just counterattack back. He's got a 50% chance, right? 50% chance to provoke, or a 60% chance, and then a 60% chance to apply the recovery disruption when he does this attack, when he has barrier and he attacks back. So a few have it on, but they could drop it off by the time my Gilroy attacks. Now my Gilroy is my Gilroy's a rabbit right now. So while I like Gilroy, I think he's an interesting hero. It all goes back to the dependency on having recovery disruption on the enemy that falls off very easily. Can it be taken off by Anya? Is it a normal debuff that people can cleanse like they do with decreased defense, decreased attack? Because without that on, he's nothing. He's no good. His C8 doesn't work. His attack, his damage doesn't work. His ability to increase the duration of those debuffs don't work. If it's not applied by somebody, if it doesn't stay up by somebody, Gilroy, it's nothing. So some of the times Gilroy can hit really hard. He can do some really cool things for the team with giving us that attack gauge increase, all off of the chivalry on chivalry 8 here, because the whole party gets this, but all relying on healing decay being applied to the enemy. And he just doesn't do that. When attacking, he applies this afterwards. Okay, then it's up for 2 turns. The rest of our team comes in. But if he's our main DPS, we're waiting to do damage then. Because we've got our support out there. He just whiffed his first attack just to apply this. Now we're waiting to come back around. Now he does get this. This is new. And the way they changed this is to make it a lower cooldown. This used to be a 2-turn cooldown. Now it's a 1-turn cooldown. So every time he tries to apply this, we're getting more vigor from him. Nice addition. Again, all these nice additions. Bull's favor. This is the nice addition with a critical strike damage increase too when attacking, when using a skill. But all this gets applied after he does damage. So he's going in there to do damage. He's doing super weak damage because we don't get the critical strike damage until after he hits. We don't get the additional, what is it, Bull's favor attack probably till after he hits. We don't. And we don't get the additional hit from our attack here until after he hits, because I mean, like, what am I supposed to do with this? Am I supposed to have him do a skill 2 and then nothing's applied? There's no recovery disruption. There's no healing decay up. Nothing for him to extend himself. Sure, he's going to get a crit rate increase of 80% and attack speed increase, but he did not do anything that turn. He would have to do this, then come in here and extend it, get a crit rate increase, get attack speed increase, him applying the recovery disruption or healing decay on that one attack. And then after he's got all that, 3 turns now, 3 rotations of him taking a turn, then he can go in and hit somebody for 423, and we'll have all of this on him. We'll have the crit rate. We'll have this with the critical damage. We'll be able to hit the max amount then. Tell me if that makes sense. Tell me if this guy makes sense to play. Like, just make a dude do damage. Just make him like other heroes do a set amount of damage, regardless of recovery disruption applied to the enemy or not. Or make him do 300% or 350% of attack to a single target, and then give him 100 additional if there's recovery disruption. You know, normal good damage, normal high damage, and then over and beyond if it's there. Otherwise, I don't get it. I just don't get this guy. I like what they're trying to do with it, but I just don't think it's enough. I really don't think it's enough. I think Brennan's amazing. They've done a lot with Brennan, and this guy, you know, on the video I did yesterday, going through Forbidden Dungeon, he's amazing there as well. I do think that they kind of play nicely together at times. So if you do want to play them together in CVC, Clan Wars, or Forbidden Dungeon hard to get through there, I do think it's great. If you haven't summoned for Brennan, it's 60. It's guaranteed. Summon for this guy. He is worth it. Just the barrier, the 5 barrier alone, when you zone into combat for your whole entire team, is game changing. And then with his Storm Relic, which I think is really one of his superior relics, just using his skill 2 over and over to taunt, get barrier again, and then whenever he's hit with that passive, you do this sweet hit back where you apply healing decay, have a chance to, and then have a chance to taunt. It's game-changing for Forbidden Dungeon, awesome for PvP, and then anywhere else that you need to make it through waves or have protection with the barrier. It's pretty awesome. All right, guys, make sure you're a supporter. Thanks so much for watching. Let me know what you think about Gilroy down below. Tell me what you think. Thanks so much for watching. I will see you all in a video soon.